Okay. All right. Young Pharaoh,
Yes.
this is the first ever Viewer's Choice interview. You called last week. It was last week, right? Or the week before?
Something like that.
And you were like, I need you to interview me. So I was like, okay. But it was so much to compile. I couldn't really get a lot of the stuff that I wanted to get. So I just asked the viewers to kind of step in
That's right.
and help me to conspire questions because a lot of your content is not available anymore. Okay.
Well, on YouTube.
On YouTube. Now, you do have other apps. We've talked about that, and we'll
Right.
talk about that later on in the interview. But I got to tell you this. You probably may be shocked. I didn't want to give you this interview.
You didn't?
I didn't.
I ain't shocked at that. You know how people, I mean, you probably thought I was controversial.
It's not, listen, I'm controversial, but I guess the actions that went on, and we're going to talk about this later, between you and the mother of your children, it rubbed me the wrong way.
I'm sure it did.
You know? And me and you, we had a conversation. I was a little upset, so I hung up the phone.
Yes.
Because there was some things that you said, and I was just like, I didn't think that you heard exactly what you were saying. I think I want to give you the benefit of the doubt that you were heated and you were just going off. Or did you know exactly what you were saying in that phone call?
I want to be, we got to bring the words up.
The words
But
up?
most likely I probably knew exactly what I was saying.
You said I hit her.
No. She said I hit her.
I
So
said,
my
did you
thing
put
is-
hands on her? You said I did.
No. When I threw my baby mother out the house, right? When I
Okay.
got her to the garage,
Okay.
I definitely gave her a little real quick. But I
you're-
didn't scrape my baby mother.
But you
I didn't
are,
whoop my baby mother ass.
But you are a weapon. You know that, right? You're a trained martial artist. You're
Exactly.
a weapon.
Exactly. But let me say this, right?
Okay.
Women terrorize behind the scenes.
Okay.
Women terrorize, and they act like they don't.
Okay.
They break shit, bust windows. Okay, now let me say
Okay.
this, right? And I'm gonna let everybody know from this point on, this Tasha K.
Okay.
You feel me? You know I told you for this start, you asked me, I don't know, nothing's off limits. With me, we can get
Okay.
spicy on this motherfucker.
Okay.
So I don't have nothing to hide.
Okay.
So from this point on, I want to conduct myself with my level of professionalism I've been conducting myself with.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it raw right here.
Okay.
My baby mother is lucky I don't beat her ass. And I don't give a fuck who watching. I need to beat her ass, but I don't put my hands on women. So my baby mother, both my baby mothers take advantage of the fact that I'm on a spiritual path. They know I'm not gonna put my hands on them. So they terrorize when they think ain't nobody looking. My daughter's mother, who I threw out of my house, she came in my house. I told her not to come in my house. She's even on the internet admitting. I told her, I said, do not come in my house. I'm gonna bring the kids out. She snuck in the house through my videographer because I don't put people in my business. I didn't tell my videographer that my baby mother is not allowed in my house right now because she refuses to have self-control and she thinks she can curse me out, break shit when she want, talk about she gonna have her brother shoot me up, all that shit that she don't want to say that she do on the camera. She is the aggressor and she be trying to play me like I'm pussy. Why? Because I've been with her for 5 years. I've never told no gangster stories around her. I've never told no prison stories around her. She don't really know how I give it up in the street because I'm not saying that's not a part of my past, but I'm not proud of that. I was misled by a lot of people. I was misguided by a lot of people. I'm not proud of a lot of things I've done in my life. So I don't talk about it. I've never had guns and shit in the house.
Let's talk about it, okay?
Right.
Because, I mean, if you have presented yourself one way to your children's mothers, but yet you're
No,
one
she know
way
I'm
in the
bugging. She
street.
been on Sherman with me. She been on the block
So
with me.
both of your baby mothers know exactly how
I met
you
my
are.
baby. I met my son mother when I was trapping.
Okay.
And she gonna lie right now on the internet. See, this is what it is, Tasha. These middle class women, and I'm saying middle class because my son mom cheeked the waga, white people.
Okay.
Grew up around white people. No disrespect to white people. Because obviously I got white friends, no disrespect, but she grew up around white people. Now this is unbeknownst to me because I've never in my life been a woman beater. Never. I put that on my eternal soul.
But you want to beat your baby mother's ass.
I can say that. I can say that.
That you want to beat their ass. So,
I should have beat her ass. I should have.
So if they get on the internet and they call the police and they pull this interview and say that, you see? So why don't you believe that he whooped my ass?
Listen, I've been in prison.
Okay.
I've been in situations where I can say, Sergeant, me and him, we don't really get along.
All right.
I really want to whoop his ass. So I'm telling you right now, either you gonna get him off the unit or I'm whooping his ass because of he did this, that, and the third. So my thing is, when it comes to talking to authority, to the police, it's freedom of speech. I can alert you if I'm having a problem with somebody. I can do that. If I say, hey, this woman comes over here and breaks shit. This woman come over here and be all up in my face. This woman come over here and threaten to have her brother shoot me. This woman come over here and lie. This woman come over here and sneak through my phone when I'm asleep and say this to that person and then lie to me and say this person said that and didn't say that. This is the same motherfucker who is trying to be my best friend right now. If I show you my text messages right now, Golden is a whole nother person in his phone. So it's not wrong for me if I say...
Well, I want to see that phone.
I got you.
And later. I want to see that phone.
And so my thing... Go ahead.
But let me back up a little bit, because I just wanted to tell you that it just... You know, to hear you preach for so many years about Black empowerment, Black people being successful, and the Black woman is God, and yet you sit up here and say, I want to beat my baby mother's ass,
That's
who is
a
a Black woman who birthed your children. And
exactly.
it hits
betrayed
it hits different.
But you're not looking at the fact.
But it hits. You are a public figure.
I don't care.
You're not Joe Blow in the street. You're human.
I'm a self-made young Black
So if
CEO.
you're self-made, you should know how to handle your emotions.
And I'm handling them.
Dragging your baby mother out of the house?
Listen to me. My baby mother snuck into my house.
Okay.
Bust a hole in my goddamn wall.
Okay.
Broke my motherfucking spiritual statue. Now, I don't know what your spiritual belief is, but breaking my shit would be like going into a church and knocking down a cross. It would be like going to Tibet with the Buddhist monks and knocking over Buddha.
Okay.
That woman came in my house, and my white videographer will tell you, she took my statue and threw my shit on the floor. She took my other Egyptian statue and threw my shit through the wall.
So you didn't know what that meant when she did that?
What you mean I didn't know what it meant?
You didn't know what, as someone who's as educated as you claim to be, you didn't know what breaking that statue meant to her. What message she was trying to send you. You teach a lot of shit.
I don't give a fuck what message she was trying to send. I wasn't being aggressive. I wasn't being combative.
Okay.
I wasn't breaking shit. She came in there breaking shit. I asked her to leave probably 20 times in a row.
Now, you know that's kind of hard to believe because you are very animated online.
Listen,
so it's hard for us to believe that
but it's that same incident is on camera, and I got my camera right here saying this, pointing at she put my baby on the floor. And I told her, pick my baby up. Just like this. Pick my baby up. Why you got my baby on the floor? Why you got my daughter on the floor? I'm like, listen, pick my baby up. This is a hard ass floor. She's not in danger. I was calm. I was calm. Because I don't like to fight with females.
So why you couldn't pick the baby up?
I ended up getting the baby, and she ended up getting drugged. I ended up giving the baby to my
And you drug her out of your house.
Drug that ass right out my house.
Where are you from?
I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out because and
she's on camera. Okay. And when I drug her, I want to let you know she's on camera.
Okay.
And I drug her just like this. I'm in control. I'm calm. I ain't doing too much. And I drugged that ass on camera.
Why didn't you just call the police?
I did. Because she wouldn't leave.
Well, in the video, she called the police.
She lied. Y'all, not you, but y'all women lie. How she called the police? I called them. I will show you a text message from her yesterday saying, you the one who called the police. I called the police because I told her, listen, you out here acting ghetto as fuck. We in this white people neighborhood. I didn't leave the streets to be dealing with this shit. And I tell her all the time, do not come here with that ghetto, ratchet, nasty, Oakland ass bitch attitude. I don't want to deal with that. You doing wild, embarrassing shit. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing as fuck.
What was your childhood like coming up?
My childhood was great until my the black women in my family pushed my.
Oh, don't try to put this on black
I'm doing
women.
that. I'm doing that.
Don't
I'm
do
doing
that.
that. I'm
You
doing that.
gaslighting now.
I'm doing that.
You gaslighting.
What, you asked
because
me
if
how
the
my
same
childhood-
thing keeps happening to you, you have to take a step back and take a look at
all the black women in my family were toxic. My
Okay.
grandma used to get drunk and wave her shotgun at us.
Okay.
Toxic. I had another aunt used to buy all my cousins freezes and candies, never bought me shit.
Okay.
Toxic. Used to let my other cousins play the game, never let me play the game. Toxic. Every black woman in my life that I've ever been in the care of has done me filthy. And I was a kid.
And you just now realize that?
I've been realized that. That's why I don't fuck with none of them.
So who you fucking now?
But I stayed loyal. Who am I fucking?
Yeah, who you fucking now? Black
women.
women, white women?
I've never had sex with a white woman in my life. I'm 28 years old. But that don't mean I can't tell black women about themselves. Who the fuck is black women to think that we can't tell them about themselves? When they got a problem with us, they let the world, they don't just let us know, they let the world know. They come up to your job, try to humiliate you. But why we can't say, sweetheart, you need to be a little bit more feminine.
So how did your aunts, your mom, cousins, how did that affect your life coming up? Because I've had toxic uncles. They used to get drunk, but it never affected my life. How did it affect your life? To the point where you feel as if almost every black woman is toxic.
Okay, before I answer that, I don't feel every black woman is toxic. I feel black women in America are toxic. Because I talk to black.
You obviously ain't been to Africa and seen the African women.
They might be, but I talk to some women from Africa.
Okay.
And they don't act like that.
Okay. You can't generalize all black women in America as a whole.
I'm not, but I'm saying
but
the average black.
You understand that we're taught that rhetoric to think that our people are a certain way. And that's just surprising coming from you.
No, I grew up in the ghetto. You're not gonna lie to me.
But you grew up in the ghetto.
My sisters is toxic.
Okay.
Black women, listen, here's the thing. We gotta share the blame here. For how many years has it been niggas ain't shit, black men, and black women ain't never once in their life out of all the years I've been on the internet. My first lecture was the black woman is God. Let's not forget that. So I've been repping, I came out repping. Black women betrayed me. I ain't betrayed black women.
You repped black women, but
and they slit my throat.
You also wanted to fuck multiple black women at the same time as well. So how do you build a black woman up to tell her you're not enough? Because you do believe in polygamy.
Here's the thing.
Let's get it.
I'm not telling nobody they're not enough.
Okay.
All I'm saying is be a grown, mature adult. Be a grown, mature adult.
How do you expect a 19-year-old to be a grown, mature adult? Golden was 19 when you met her.
I was only 3 years older than her.
But Golden was 19 when you met her, right?
That's
so
right.
how do you expect her to be someone my age?
Exactly. Now here's the thing.
Okay.
She was 19. I was 3 years older than her. That girl not stupid. Now, people keep talking about something. When I was 17 years old, I made $40,000. Kids ain't stupid. Not saying she a kid. We not stupid.
Okay.
I made $1.4 million last year on my own with no team.
But you can be smart.
I'm saying it to say this.
But not mature.
I didn't expect her to do nothing. When I started talking to Golden, she came into a polygamous relationship. I was already talking to somebody else. So let's not sit here and act like that girl came over here and I finessed that girl. That girl came into me talking to somebody else and got into it with the woman I was already talking to and fucked that whole relationship up.
So what does that tell you? Did her having to mess up another relationship with you and another woman,
it on purpose.
But yet tells you, yes, I'm okay with being polygamous, but nobody's married here. How are you a polygamist and nobody's married?
Because polygamy is illegal according to the United States government. Meanwhile, bestiality and homosexuality is legal over here in over 11 states. So I can't legally marry somebody as a polygamist or else I would have.
You can marry one and court others.
But I don't want to be injuncted to the government. How
would you be injuncted to the government? Men have wives and they have mistresses, and that's not illegal.
Because if I would have married this woman, right? If I would have married her and she would have slit my throat like she just tried to do, right? And we would have been going through a divorce, she'd have been able to get into my pockets financially and damage me and for shit that she didn't do anything for. See, here's the thing, when I met Golden, right? She was at home with her parents. There's no shot at her. I carried this woman on my back for 5 years. She didn't have a license. Everywhere she wanted to go, I drove her, no complaints. It ain't never been a month that went by where it wasn't groceries in that fridge. I home birthed both my children. I paid for that. Everything she wanted to do, I paid for. Her logo, I paid for that. Sat down, made this woman get a notebook, taught her how to start a corporation. I never dealt with Golden from a point of view of be my sidekick. I tried to build, let me say this, I tried to build her up. My son's mother, same thing. When I was trapping and in the street and doing thug things, my son's mother loved me. She gonna lie though because her parents are middle class Christians and she probably be lying about she used to come together, but yes, she did. Mm-hmm. Now, when I told my son's mother, let's eat healthy, let's read, let's work out, that's when I wasn't interested no more. So my main thing is, it ain't even just Golden. It's every black woman that I've dealt with. I tried to show them how to get a bag. I tried to show them how to get on their square. Women, this is what it is. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna end here.
Do you have a daughter?
2.
Do you expect your 19-year-old daughter to be carried out by a man who's in their 20s, okay, already in the streets?
I wasn't in the
streets. Were you out of the streets then?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been in the streets since about 2011.
Okay. So
I was doing this when I met Golden.
Okay, so you're doing this. You already got your career going. You're a little bit further ahead than she is mentally. So you expect a woman who's been courted under her parents, okay, her whole life to come out into a world and know how to be a wife and be mature?
Because I wasn't trying to do all that. She wanted, even down to my kids, right? Not saying I didn't want my kids or I don't want my kids. She wanted the kids. That girl, listen, everything that girl got, she asked for. We wasn't doing nothing, but we could have been in a relationship and just been kicking it. I didn't need her help at all for what I'm doing, obviously. You was not trying to downgrade her, but you was just a girlfriend, a companion. You wanted the kids. You asked for the kids, 2 to be exact, and you got 2 kids. I asked her, do you want to get money or do you want to be a housewife? She said she wanted to be a housewife. I made her a housewife. So everybody looking at me like, well, what do you expect? I expected her to do what she said she wanted to do.
I mean, I really can't go along with the fact that you made her a housewife and you didn't legally marry her, because being a housewife and being a wife means if something happens to you, these children are going to be okay. She's going to be okay. But if something happens to her or you now, guess where she's left?
That's on her.
Why is that on her? You help make those children.
My children good. They got life insurance policy. They got everything they need. She's in a position that she told
I think that's the problem. You know, we have people really look up to you, young Pharaoh. You know that? Even though we have a lot of questions here from the viewers, people really look up to you because it has nothing to do with your
people
aesthetics.
Look up the drama.
No. I think sometimes you're so focused on the drama that you really can't see what you put into people. Your message was always strong.
I'm not focused on drama.
No. You said people look up to drama.
Yeah.
But you're not looking at
people
what your viewers
People didn't even pay me attention
see.
until she started talking shit about me.
That's not true. You had 600,000 followers plus more.
Yeah, but the black community, not the black community.
What?
Not the majority of the black community.
Pharaoh, really?
No, yeah, really.
Really?
Yeah, really.
So who was following you?
Yeah, really.
Who was following you?
A lot of mixed races of people. But the average person, listen, I could call the average person right now in the hood and they all say the same thing. Damn, bro, I've been doing this kind of thing. I wouldn't even pay you that much attention. I see what you're doing. That's how I get acknowledged by the average person.
I'm going to have to, as someone on the outside that has been following you for about 3-4 years now, I'm going to have to disagree with that because everyone that I know that is, especially in the conscious community, knows you, okay? And they know your message. Now, a lot of them may not agree with your message, but to say, oh, they didn't know me until all this drama happened.
No, I said they wasn't paying no attention.
Paying attention.
They wasn't.
How can you say people weren't paying attention?
Unless they was talking shit.
You were getting hundreds. During COVID, did you know that you were the only creator streaming upwards of 40 to 50,000 people live?
Yeah, I know that.
Black creator as well?
Yeah.
So why would you say that nobody paid attention to you?
Because it wasn't just white. That was a lot of races of people. That wasn't just black. I'm talking about the specific.
So you really think black people did not put you on?
The specific, nah. I didn't say that. I put myself on.
No. You can't say that.
How did I get on?
You can't say
that. How did I get on? How did I get on?
Where'd you get the money for the jury?
How did I get on? I worked for it.
How?
I worked for it. doing lectures and traveling, not scamming or that. But let me ask you, how did I get on?
What happened to the money that the viewers donated
My
to help
attorney,
you to sue YouTube?
my lawsuit is in. Attorney got it.
Wasn't the lawsuit dismissed?
It's finna go to the what is it, 9th Division, 9th Circuit Supreme Court, something like that.
What about the Sandra Bland?
And we expected, let me say this, we expected it to be dismissed because the lawyer is a Jew. I mean, the judge is a Jew. So we expected it to be dismissed to go to a higher circuit court. Now, I'm very competent of the law. So when most people say, wasn't it dismissed? Not saying you, but people be saying that, oh, it was dismissed. Most of these people don't realize I'm the one who put a 330-30 motion into the Erie County Supreme Court by myself pro se and got my conviction and my verdict set aside 2 weeks after being sentenced. So imagine blowing trial and the judge say guilty, and then 2 weeks later you no longer guilty.
How much does an average lecture cost?
I was charging like $20, $25.
How many people would show up?
Sometimes 150, sometimes 30.
How you afford a $40,000 custom made watch?
Because
listen, I'm a YouTuber and I get bread.
I run an online university.
Okay.
And I have people that love to learn.
Okay.
But that don't mean it's only black people.
Okay.
That's my point. A lot of people in my community started paying me more attention now when my baby mothers started bashing me than they was when I was walking around. That's just the truth.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with that, because those views between you and your baby mother, now they may garner some views, 15, 20,000 at the most, where your lecture videos were getting upwards of 500,000 views, Pharaoh. You cannot.
Like 50 to 70,000.
No, I saw videos on your channel with like 200, 500,000, especially during COVID when you were probably one of the only.
Okay, now let's be distinguished something here.
Okay.
COVID lecture videos are not what I consider lectures. Mm-hmm. I consider that me trying to save the goddamn country.
And do you not think
I'm talking about lectures.
Okay.
I'm talking about polypeptides, nuclear acids, biology, technology, shit like that.
Okay.
No. The average black person was not paying me attention. Chakras, acupuncture, neurons in the brain, they were not paying me attention. They were not. It's just the truth. Now the government shit, they start paying me attention because everybody's ass was on the line. Mm-hmm. But I've been doing this for 5 years. Before I started trying to save the goddamn country, it was a small group of people paying me attention. People was calling me crazy.
Are you?
No, I'm not crazy. Do I look crazy to you?
I don't know what look crazy looks like.
What's crazy?
I don't know. That's why I'm
Crazy
asking.
people don't make $1.4 million on their own.
Crazy people make money all the time.
Not like that.
Okay. Mentally ill.
Listen here, if I'm mentally ill, I don't mind because I'm very intelligent.
Have you been diagnosed?
No. And if I was to be diagnosed, I would question who's diagnosing me. The white man?
I mean, we have black doctors too.
The black, what do they believe? What do they know about the world? How you going? Listen, if you stupider than me, you can't diagnose me.
Where did you, going back to your childhood, and this is why I wanted to follow, because you mentioned a lot of toxicity amongst the women in your family. Mm. Somehow you left the men out. We'll talk about that later. Where did you get your education?
I went to all my schools were smart. I went to Gravier School to Excellence, and I was so intelligent. I was on the superintendent's leadership program, and I got a trip to Disney World in 8th grade. Fact check that. Then I went to McKinley High School. You got 3 high schools in Buffalo, New York, the top 3. Number 1, the white people high school, City Honors. Number 2, Hutch Tech. Number 3, McKinley. I went to McKinley High School. I never went to no stupid ass school.
So what was your grade point average?
89, 88 average.
Okay.
Had a 98 English.
So where did you get your education on history, philosophy,
reading
physics?
Books. I have a $100,000 library that I read and take notes on. And anybody can come to my house and go in any drawer in there, you'll see actual notes. I read. I got science books.
Why don't you put any of this on camera? Because then
I do. Y'all haven't been paying me no attention.
No. I have not. When I see you, you're in front of your Young Pharaoh
banner.
Sign.
Right.
I don't see you vlogging, going to your room to show, these are the books that I'm reading from.
I just did that like 5 times. It's literally a video I just did where I went through my bin, showed my notes.
Before or after your channel came
I just did it like 2 weeks ago. I have a new channel now.
I know you have a new channel.
On
before.
Listen here, I put a book list out 5 years ago. Anybody will tell you that.
Okay.
When I first got on YouTube, I put a book list out. Everything I'm doing on YouTube right now, I did it when I first came out. And to prove it, if you go to my university, I got a section called YP Classic Videos.
Mm-hmm.
If you go there, it's going to say 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every video I did in each one of them years on my old YouTube channel is in there. If you go to my 2015 videos, probably in my first 10 videos, you're going to see I put out a book list. I showed my bin. Everything I'm doing right now, I already did when I first got on YouTube.
So does that make you qualified to teach at that level without the education?
Oh, I got a debate league where I put $50,000 on myself. So the qualifications, let's just get right to it. And I already had a debate set up with a Harvard professor before. This is facts. And we was going to debate on the history of Egypt. And they acted like they wanted some smoke. And they told me to send in my premise. And I sent my premise and they ain't want to debate no more. And that's facts.
Why do you think they didn't want to debate?
Because they know I was going to tear that ass up. And I changed my slogan to Otten University, fuck Harvard, Princeton, and Yale. And anybody who know they've been following me for years, you know that's been my slogan. Otten University, fuck Harvard, Princeton, and Yale. So as 5 people ask me, am I qualified? Let's just get the fuck out. Let's just skip that. Bring the top scholar you got. I got 50,000 on myself, put 50,000 on him. We're going to do it live on Otten University in front of everybody. And let's get it in. What we talking about? Evolution theory, whatever they want to do.
You know what I feel? And this is me being honest. I feel that you are one of the few Black men who have done time for selling. Okay? Dope, whatever you were selling, okay?
Nah, I want you to be correct.
Okay.
I went to jail for a firearm that was not mine.
But you weren't selling dope, though.
I didn't go to jail for selling dope.
I know you didn't go to jail, but were you selling dope?
At that time, hell no. I had 2 jobs.
Okay.
I was working at Olive Garden and Family Dollar, and I was supposed to go to the
So it was
Pittsburgh.
after your, I wouldn't even say streak of getting in trouble or just being in the streets. After you were out of the streets, you decided to turn your life around, right?
No. I turned my life around on my own. And then I went to jail dealing with a nigga I shouldn't even been around. So let me give you my background.
Okay.
I always used to tell myself, just survive until you turn 18 because I couldn't get a job before 18. So I was really in the street, sleeping in the trap, sleeping at parks. I was in the street.
Okay.
When I turned 18, I gave away all my weed, all my shit, stashed my money, and I started working at Olive Garden and Family Dollar, and I signed up to go to school, specifically the Irish Institute of Pittsburgh. I was supposed to start school on September 3rd. I went to jail.
What were you going to study?
Animation graphics design.
Okay.
And I was going to make animations for the kids and put my knowledge in animations to try to wake kids up, Black kids. I was supposed to start school September 3rd. I went to jail August 3rd. When I went to jail, I wasn't in the street. I wasn't in the street when I went to jail.
So what gave you the inspiration to kind of build your style of content? Like, what was it? What happened?
I love knowledge. I love to teach. Knowledge saved my life.
But everybody has a specific niche. You chose, I guess, the art of Black empowerment, consciousness, wokeness. What gave you that lane? What happened? Something had to happen. Like for me, seeing our Black men getting gunned down in the streets. Okay, that's enough. That's enough, okay?
Right.
Outside of the hood, you see Black men killing other Black men. But to see, you know, a person of another race do it, it just hits different. Because it puts us back in a space where our ancestors were. But for you, what was your turning point? What made you say, this is the direction I want to go? Because them hoteps pay motherfucking money. And you have how much in your mouth? How much is in your mouth?
It's a $15,000 girl.
Okay. How much are your earrings?
I don't even remember. A couple thousand.
How much is your chain, your custom chain?
$21,000.
Your bracelet?
$16,000.
And your rings?
I don't even remember.
So you got close to like $200,000 on you now, doing lectures.
About 100,000, something like that.
Do you feel like you're a walking contradiction?
Nah. I feel like this. I ain't never scamped nobody like Polite and Umar. I ain't never robbed nobody like Rizza Islam with fake ass housing vouchers or actually being a Scientologist committing Medicaid fraud. I feel like when a Black, I earned my money righteously. This is the same way I earned money in prison. See, my thing is the Black community don't take into consideration. We don't have shit. Nobody give a fuck about us. My thing is, like, for example, I'm what you would consider in jail a jailhouse lawyer. I help niggas beat their cases it's a nigga from Buffalo named Lil Molly. And he gonna tell you, Pharaoh sent me home twice on my gun case. He called a gun case, I went to the law library, got some casework for him, gave it to his lawyer, beat the case. Came back again for another gun, got the case law for him, gave it to his lawyer, beat the case.
So why not go to school to be a lawyer?
I
There's so many black people.
I was, but then I was like, these people gonna kill me in here.
Why they gonna kill you? If they want to kill you, they'll kill you anyway.
No, they probably would have, but I was like, I don't know nobody, and I'm by myself, and I'm gonna be in here going. They killed Johnny Cochran. Shit, why not kill me?
He had an aneurysm.
Man, listen, the CIA got guns that'll make your ass have a heart attack.
He had an aneurysm.
I'm just saying.
Stress from being a lawyer. He had a lot of high-profile cases.
So they say.
What do you mean, so they say?
There are weapons out here that could make cells explode in your brain and it look like you naturally died and you didn't naturally die.
So you think Johnny Cochran was that powerful that the government?
I think anybody that can defeat. I think anybody that can defeat white people in a courtroom are the most dangerous people in the country.
We have black lawyers out here beating cases every day.
We ain't talking about beating cases. We talking about people that can sue these motherfuckers and wreck their whole establishment. We ain't talking about you beat a gun case. We talking about somebody that could be like, you owe me $10 billion for that. You owe me $30 billion for that.
So you think Johnny Cochran's aneurysm was, and I have to say, allegedly.
No, I'm just saying I don't believe. I'm just saying I don't believe.
Because you don't believe what?
I don't believe anything at this point in my life until I can see it for myself.
So what made you go in the direction that you're in? The hoteps?
I didn't go there. I don't rock with the conscious community. Everybody know I exposed the whole conscious community, so I don't consider myself that. I'm walking in the direction of truth. And wherever truth leads me is where I go. When I started reading books on Operation Paperclip, JFK assassination, Arizona Wilder, Philip Schneider, Eric Snowden, Behold the Pale White Horse, and opening my eyes to the bullshit outside the black community, it was the truth.
Well, how do you know it's the truth? I mean, have you had a chance to vet those books and those authors?
Hell yeah, and this document. Listen here, I got a book right now.
Okay.
Called The Disclosure Project. It's by a gentleman who's white. Okay. And I'm gonna say this: white people be telling the truth.
White is not always right, though.
But they be telling the truth.
White is not always right.
And black ain't always right.
I never said that. I said white is not always right.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Listen.
There's
a lot of gaslighting in these books out here.
Listen to me, Tasha. This ain't no fucking Ashley and Jacquees fiction book.
Okay.
These are motherfuckers that's in the military.
Okay.
The Disclosure Project. Book over 400 pages. All military personnel. Disclosing shit that be going on in the government. This ain't no motherfucking fiction, but this ain't no goddamn, what's his name, James Patterson. This is real shit. This is ex-FBI and ex-CIA agents writing books about shit that they see. Real shit. Real shit. So, fuck what niggas is talking about. Fuck that. What is this?
I'm just saying.
That's what made me go in this direction.
White people wrote our history books.
Fuck them history books.
I'm just saying.
Fuck them books.
It's very contradictory, though.
No, it's not.
You take one white author and say, oh, it's real shit. But then the very person who is teaching our kids every day, you say, fuck them books.
No.
I'm just saying.
Public school books are different than personally published books.
Okay.
The people who wrote the McGraw-Hill, that was Jeffrey Epstein, Elaine Epstein's dad, who was Robert Maxwell. He wrote that. He was an Israeli Mossad agent. So the public school book is not even made by white Americans. It's coming from Israel. So let's be clear on that. But just an independent author, somebody saying, hey, I used to work for the FBI, this is the shit I saw, that's different. Versus us getting a textbook that's universally manufactured and printed out by motherfuckers that's not even from this country. So black people not just getting lied to about our history, white people getting lied to in them books too. No disrespect to white people, them kids dumb as hell. Them kids ain't in them school. Them kids is partying all through goddamn college and getting good jobs because they dad the judge and they mama the. Let's just be honest. So no kids is smart in America, black or white kids, because people don't realize the curriculum is not even being created by people that's from this country. So
your message is just to wake any and everybody up, not specifically black people, but the world. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I've seen you online and interesting enough, and I'm glad some of the viewers brought up this question. All of a sudden now your content is changing. Is this evolving or
My content ain't changing. I keep getting blocked. People keep asking me for shit they know they can't have. I can't post lectures on YouTube or I get blocked. I posted my Big Pharma Exposed lecture and now I'm blocked for 2 weeks. I can't post lectures.
Okay, so to talk about Kevin Samuels and him being right about the toxicity of black women.
I've been getting on black women. That ain't nothing new.
Okay.
I got on weave 3 years ago.
I mean, that's a whole nother thing because some people need weave.
I'm just saying it ain't nothing new.
But we can say the same thing about your gold.
Good. But this is a alchemic metal, which increases the vibratory infrastructure within the body.
So is that why a lot of rappers wear a lot of gold?
They probably don't realize why they wear a lot of gold, but yes, this is why holistic Afrocentric healers such as the Egyptians not only wore gold, they built the pyramids and created the capstone of gold because the pyramid was a giant power plant and gold is the number one, metal is the number one conductor of electricity, but gold conducts electricity at a higher form than copper.
What about the diamonds?
What about them?
What about them? Where are they from? What do they represent?
The earth.
The earth? But
frequency.
how do you know where those diamonds came from?
Most likely Africa.
Okay, how were they gotten?
Most likely by blood. Most likely by blood.
And you're proud.
No, I'm not proud.
But I mean, it's like $40,000, $200,000 worth of shit.
So what?
It gives the impression that you want to teach one thing, but you want to live like the rest.
No, I want to live like my ancestors lived. What's wrong with me having on an Afrocentric shirt?
I don't see anything wrong with the shirt, but that chain is blinding.
Listen to me, right?
Okay.
As a black woman, you asking me about the cost of my artifacts.
Right.
That you would say are jewelry. These are artifacts.
Oh.
Yeah, when I pass away, these just going in the museum somewhere. Artifacts. Not to be touched. Now, you more worried about the value of these artifacts other than the symbolism. Let me ask you, what does this mean?
I don't know what that means. It looks like the LGBTQ.
Exactly. You ain't even ask.
What does it mean? Walk us through it. No, seriously.
This is called the flower of life.
Okay.
Same thing I got tatted on my hand.
Okay.
1.618. Now, I believe in divinity. My indictment number was 01618. That's the Fibonacci sequence. That is the level of, anything in the universe. If I take that paper cup and I rip it up, even if it's in different sizes, it's always going to have a mathematical ratio of 1.618.
Yeah.
This right here is the story of the universe. When you having a child, right? And the embryo in your womb is developing into a fetus, it develops at a mathematical ratio of 1.618.
Okay.
So this right here is literally the story of creation.
Hold it up to the camera so they can see it.
It's the story of creation within the universe in alignment with the chakra system.
Okay.
So you said the LGBTQ, I'm assuming, because it looks like rainbow colors.
Yeah, it looks like rainbow colors.
Now the LGBTQ, which is a little satanic sect operated by George Soros, actually reversed the chakras. The rainbow is the visible light spectrum, which is in the center of the electromagnetic spectrum of the sun.
Okay.
And so you have red to purple. After purple, you get 780 terahertz level of vibration in light, and then it begins to solidify and become melanin. And then the sunlight hits the nitrogen in the atmosphere, specifically nitrogen 14. Nitrogen 14 converts into carbon 12, and this is why carbon is 99% throughout the universe. So I said to say this, the visible light spectrum is the chakras, it's the rainbow. And then when you reverse the chakras, you get the upside down rainbow. So in your mind, you connected this with the LGBTQ because that is a form of brain control. They take the universal science and they pervert it, and then when you see it...
Could it not just be that we want to include everybody from every way?
It does not matter if you want to include everybody. You have to ask somebody. Listen here, we bring some blood and some Crips in here. We can include them, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm a gangbanger.
We do.
But you still got to ask them why they throwing up pitchforks.
Snoop Dogg is throwing up signs on national TV.
Who throws up a pitchfork?
Uh-huh.
Why you throwing up a pitchfork? All I'm saying is people need to start explaining their behavior around here.
Okay.
Explain why you got that on. Explain, just like you asked me what direction. Yeah. Why can't I ask people, what is that symbol about?
What is that bracelet? What does that represent?
Oh, this just flyness right here.
Oh, it's just flyness?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is flyness right here.
All right, what about the other rings right there? Hold them up so they can see them.
Okay, this is that camera right there?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the Eye of Horus right here. Also got this tatted on my face.
Okay.
And Derek Grace's wife stole my tattoo, so now I'm going to keep shooting my shot at his wife on purpose.
Well, I saw Brother Polite with that tattoo.
No, you didn't. You seen him with paint on his face. You didn't see him with a tattoo. Let's be specific here.
Okay.
You ain't never seen nobody on the planet Earth with this tattoo until I got it.
Okay.
And then his wife copied.
Okay.
But she didn't copy and say, you know what, I was inspired by young Pharaoh. She copied and then act like she did it first. And she's a black woman. But I ain't gonna say nothing to her because if I do, I'm gonna be bullying. So now I'm gonna say something to her nigga. And now I want to fight her nigga.
Do you not believe in like you setting trends?
No, I believe in giving people their credit.
But not everybody's gonna give you credit. They may just see you and be
that's called intellectual disingenuousness.
Why? They don't know you. Did she know you?
It doesn't matter. When I give lectures, I don't say I found something out if I didn't find it out. I say this is where I got it from. Because that's called intellectual integrity. That's a thing.
Okay.
Like you can get kicked out of the scientific community for that. You can't steal somebody else's work.
I mean, that's citing someone's work. That's plagiarism or whatever you call it.
This means something to me spiritually.
What does it mean?
This right here is symbolic to oneness within the mind. So this right here looks like an eye, but it's actually glands and capacities within the brain. So the eyebrow is symbolic to thought, right? This right here is symbolic to smell. This right here is the tongue. It's symbolic to taste. This right here is symbolic to physical touch. Taste, touch, sight, sound, smell. And then your eye is your pineal gland. It's called your third eye because it actually has an iris in the same tissues as your eye. You actually have an eye in your head. And so the eye of Horus, if you was to take the left and right hemispheres of the brain and separate them, you have what's called the corpus callosum in medical science. That looks exactly like this because it is. And our ancestors knew in Egypt that you only have one sense, which is your electromagnetic field, touch. In order for you to smell, atoms and molecules have to touch your nostrils. In order for you to hear, sound waves have to touch the bones in your ears, called bone conduction. In order for you to taste, food has to touch your tongue. In order for you to see, light has to touch your eyes. So you only really have one physical sense, which is touch. And you divide that one sense through feeling, just like that, just like they made that movie, The Sixth Sense. But anyway, that is what this is symbolic to. And I got this tattooed on my right eye because this is symbolic to my intellectual, my logistics side. On your right side is considered the eye of Ra, the all-seeing eye. So this means something to me spiritually. This is why I got it. I don't know why the fuck she went and got it.
Well, maybe it means something to her spiritually as well.
Well, why would you act like you? Why when you made it public, you didn't make it public the way I made it?
Now I know
Why did you make it like you was the originator and you came out with it first, and I got no credit?
I love your passion. I love your message. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I get a little distracted with everything that you got going on here. Okay. You know, as well as the viewers know, and everybody else that watches you, of course, because you say you are a very animated individual. Okay. Being that you have done time, you speak so passionately about your ancestors. Have you been to Africa? Have you been to Egypt?
I'm about to go. But COVID slowed me down. I was gonna go to Egypt and then they dropped the COVID bomb and I'm not taking the test. I'm not getting none of that.
But how do you speak so passionately about somewhere you've never been?
I'm about to go.
Okay. So what if you go over there?
But Egyptians were over here though. You know that, right? You know it's pharaohs in the Grand Canyon, right?
I mean, I get that, but...
And they civilized. You know they came over here to civilize everybody over here.
So you read that in a book?
Yeah. The Mayans actually were civilized by the Egyptians. There's actually a temple over there called the Naga Maya Temple, which means brotherly tribe that came across the water.
And so that's my issue. It's like it's different from reading something as opposed to experiencing something, right? And so my thing is you're preaching so passionately, which I love, and I love to see my black men going in a positive direction, okay? Especially enlightening our people or anybody for that matter. But when you speak about something and you've never been there, I guess that's where the contradiction can be made. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But what is the contradict? Listen to me.
It's like me speaking about South Africa and I ain't been nowhere near that.
What's 5 plus 5?
10.
Are you in a math class?
I was taught that.
Are you in a math class?
Own.
So why I can't be taught this on my own?
But you weren't. You read books. You read random books of people who have experienced Egypt.
No, who have been there. Who have been there.
Okay.
Who have been there. Have you ever been in prison?
So what if you go and you find out what if you go and you find out they don't even like a motherfucker like you?
Who is they?
Egyptians. What if you go?
We are the Egyptians.
What if you go? I'm talking about the Egyptians that are on the land now. Okay?
Ain't no Egyptians on the land now.
An American black man right now, here, okay?
And they
so,
tell me,
yeah, you can identify, just like the LGBTQ
Let's redefine this properly.
as LGBTQ. You identify as Egyptian, although you are born here.
Now, this is where
your mom was born here.
No, but this is what I have to tell you.
Okay.
This is where I have to tell you that you're not scientifically you're not within the intellectual capacity to speak on that because you don't understand genetics. The people over there are considered Caucasian. They're Arabs. Arabs are genetically considered Caucasians.
Mm-hmm.
Arabs and white people both come from the Caucasus Mountains. Now, with that being said, those are not Egyptians. So how they gonna be mad at me for coming home? How they gonna be mad at me for coming home? They not even supposed to be there. If anything, I'm supposed to be mad at them for being over there and destroying shit, breaking shit, stealing shit, eating mummies, having sex with mummies.
But listen. You're a very, very smart man. But do you know how ridiculous that sounds?
Okay. It sounds ridiculous that a group of nomads, homeless people, are in control of our cultural property. And I have an issue with that. But if I was to go to ancient Greece right now and steal a statue of Athena, I would expect white people to get upset with me.
But because you are in the system, you really can't rightfully claim anything. You're a property of
Who told you
the
that?
United States.
Who told you that?
Your felony told me that. What are you talking about?
Who told you that?
That's why you can't travel.
Listen, I'm not the property of anybody.
Okay.
My record reflects that I've had criminal interactions with the law, and they're actually in the wrong. So when this get off my record and I win this lawsuit, I want to see what everybody got to say.
Okay.
But I'm not the property of a motherfucker. I'm a natural, living, breathing entity.
So why are you so afraid
I'm not
of the
afraid.
American government? You're carrying a gun. You walk
I'm not
around
afraid.
with a ton of security.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm aware. You've never been to prison. You don't know what the fuck these people doing when ain't nobody looking.
Okay.
Ain't nobody violating nobody like the police.
But you're not in prison now?
Doesn't matter. I know what they're doing. I know for a fact the police will frame your ass. I know that they'll pull you over and put some shit in your car and say you had it and take you to jail and get you to where can't nobody see you and kill your ass. In jail, they killing motherfuckers and still counting them like they're there. They give you 20 years, kill you, bury you in a graveyard that's in the backyard, and they'll come around every day and count your ass like you in that cell and you ain't been in that cell for 5 years. They doing that. But nobody paying black men attention. Y'all not paying us attention. We surviving that motherfucker on our own.
I feel like you would be a lot more acceptable to people.
I don't care to be acceptable to nobody.
No. Because if you were claimed to be chosen, like you said.
No, the people come to me when they have questions that they know I got the answers to.
Okay. But if you want to change, if you want to change people, not change yourself, if you want people to wake up, shouldn't you relate to them?
I do. Y'all don't, people in this world are in pain. People in this world going through shit. Motherfuckers is on this camera acting like everything is glitz and glamour. That's not how the world really is.
That's not life. That's not life.
I know that's not life, but I'm talking about where I came from. I got to speak on behalf of where I came from. I came from the projects. I came from where the crackhead keep the lights on. That's where I came from. I didn't come from where nobody else came from.
Even though you were raised in the projects, you still had a pretty good life coming up, is what you're saying.
Hell nah.
But you said in the beginning.
I had a good life until my family fucked my grandma specifically and all my grimy ass aunts fucked my household up and ran my stepdad out.
Well, tell us about the good times coming up. Because I know you don't have all
Football, video games.
Okay. That's it?
Girls.
That's it?
That's it.
No memories with your family?
No. Besides shit everybody do. Like play outside, my family used to drop us off at my grandma's house and bounce. And it'd be 20 of us at my grandma's watching ourselves. I grew up around people that's black women, that's drunks, and all hell could break loose. I grew up around very immature and irresponsible adults. We was smarter than the goddamn adults, raising our damn selves.
Okay.
I grew up in a household where the oldest watch the youngest, and then the youngest become the oldest, and they watch the next youngest, and the parents is out doing whatever. That's the truth. Ain't no fucking lie. The parents want to party and club, and we watching our fucking selves, fending for ourselves. That's the truth. That ain't no lie. That is not a lie. That's where I'm from.
That's where you're from, but that's not in all cases though. So
yeah, but it's in a lot.
Very, very even middle class, wealthy, even not so wealthy Black families who are really doing what they got to do. A lot of parents are working. Black parents are working, and so they're not able to really be there for their kids because it's either I put food on the table.
Or mothers are keeping kids from their dads to be spiteful. Dads don't give a fuck. A lot of parents is having kids, and then they feeling like the kids is messing up their shine.
But you're generalizing a lot of this stuff, and these are
no. I grew up in the ghetto. That's what it is.
I mean, I grew up in the ghetto too, and we had some fathers there and some weren't, and some mothers there and some weren't. It wasn't all the way across the spectrum like that. Not everybody fits that narrative.
I know that. Yeah. But that's what I said. I'm speaking on where I'm from.
Okay. And so everybody that you were around were pretty much
savage. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So you do realize it's about survival.
It is about survival.
Okay.
It's always been about survival.
And a lot of these people
that
you have woken up are probably in the projects right now listening to you.
Right.
And want that knowledge. But because of
they can go right to OttonUniversity.com where there's over 1,000 videos of content. Okay. I got a shout out by the CIA. Who the fuck you know did that? Robert Steele, to be exact, ex-CIA agent, gave me a shout out. And I used him in a lecture before I ever even knew that he knew that I knew who he was. So, okay, nobody called me crazy. Want me to play the clip?
I don't need you to play. I'm sure it's online.
So. Yeah, it's on my YouTube and it's on my Instagram. Okay. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Ain't nobody in this world gonna tell me, until you show me a black person out here that got a shout out from the CIA, I'm bopping on these fools.
So if you seem to have not all the answers, but some of the answers, and you know how to wake the community up, why do you feel people aren't accepting you?
They don't care. Let me tell you something. I realized people didn't care one time. I tried to help this dude with his case. He had a robbery. I'm like, bro, you could beat this case. Just take this case law. This man looked me dead in my eyes and said, man, I don't feel like reading that shit. I'm about to just cop out there 5 years. And I was like, what? But you'd be surprised how people's own laziness is the cause of their demise. I've been betrayed by this community. You know how many people tell me, you talk like a white boy, you act like a nerd.
I don't think you talk like a white boy.
But I've been told that.
Especially with them goals in your mouth.
Yeah, but I've been told that.
Okay.
Oh, you talk like a white boy, you act like a nerd. My children's mother, both my children's mothers became very destructive and very combative to me because they felt like I was pussy because I wasn't right. Like right now, I feel some type of way. So a little bit of, not saying I'm reckless, but a little bit of my chest is puffed out. But before I was chilling. I was just reading books, meditating, working out, and minding my business. And they thought I was pussy. So we just have to be honest. The black community does not value intellect. I got bullied by this community. It's on camera. I got bullied by this community for 5 years, by the adults and the people my age. It wasn't until I said, hey, I used to gangbang, I'll blow your fucking top off. Now everybody, oh, we fuck with him, oh. Why? Why do it take for me to, and what people in the streets would call, drop my nuts? Why I gotta drop my nuts for you to respect me as a man? But when I was saying, hey, read a book with me.
Where did you get that from?
What?
That I guess people didn't want to fuck with you until you start throwing up.
Because I've been walking around. I've been getting on a Greyhound. I've been driving state to state. I've been out here. PowerPoint in my back, in my laptop in the car, projector screen in the trunk, driving 14 hours to Atlanta, driving 19 hours to Chicago, driving 5.5 hours to motherfucking Detroit, driving 23 hours to South Carolina. Okay. Yeah.
And so people on the side of the road are telling you.
Nah, but I'm saying it's a certain type of black person who I wanted the streets wasn't in these lectures. The people I was talking to wasn't in there. The streets wasn't in there. Regular black people was in there. A couple street dudes was in there. But the inner city wasn't in there. The lower class wasn't in there. They was talking shit and running their fucking mouth. That's what they was doing. That's a fact.
But why do you think that is, though? I mean, you're
because we did not value intelligence.
You think that's what it is?
That's what I know it is.
And it's not about survival.
It's both. If you don't value information, how the fuck do you value survival?
But why would you value information if your only thing is how I'm going to eat or how I'm going to feed my kids the next?
Because you should be informing yourselves on what you eating and where that even coming from.
You worked in fast food, right?
Well, I don't know if you consider Olive Garden fast food, but
I mean,
yeah.
you worked at a dollar store. How much did you make at the dollar store?
I don't remember. It was so little bit. Probably like $100-something a goddamn week, maybe
So
two.
imagine a woman who's living in the projects, who has so many kids, father's not there, or either vice versa, man raising his kids, and they're literally having to work because the average person in the projects works 2 jobs to make ends meet. So where do you find time between you slaving, working 40 hours, making a mere $10 an hour on each job, trying to raise 3 kids to sit down and educate yourself? Where
And
do
I
you
said
have the
that.
time?
When I first got on lecture 5 years ago, I said that. I said, I understand that the average person don't have time to read books. So that's what I'm here for. I'm going to read them and I'm going to give you the information. All you got to do is watch the goddamn lecture.
Okay.
So now the question goes back to you is, why the fuck they didn't watch the lecture?
How do you know? I guess my thing is like...
You know how many people DM me right now and be like, oh, I seen you a couple years ago, but I ain't really pay attention. But what was that shit you was talking about?
Because when you lecture, you know this as well as I, especially if you're spiritual. You plant the seed. You don't water it. You plant it. They water their own seeds once you give them the seed.
But they was watching Love and Hip Hop though.
Okay? I mean, it's entertainment. When people are poor, when they're stressed, they go to entertainment, they go to drugs, they go to alcohol, they go to sex. Okay? That's what they do.
If you can go to them things, you can go to a lecture. It's right on YouTube. It's for free.
Have you been depressed before?
Yeah, I've been depressed before.
So was it easy for you to educate yourself while you were depressed?
Listen, no matter what I felt, I always do what I want to do.
Then you weren't in a depression state to the point
where... I wasn't in a
where...
depression state. I've been suicidal before.
Okay, so while you were suicidal, was it a book that helped you to not become suicidal?
Yeah.
Who helped you?
Yeah, when I was 15, 16 years old, I was suicidal.
So you were 15 or 16. But you weren't 15 or 16 with 4 kids to feed.
No.
You weren't 15 or 16.
But I was homeless in the wintertime.
But I'm just saying.
That's harder.
But it's hard for you. But imagine you having to take care of 4 people.
Imagine. Okay, so here's the thing. Imagine being a grown-ass adult who could get food stamps and government assistance, which is hard. But people that's on food stamps over here, we got it way better than motherfuckers in third world countries. So we forget that. We think we got it hard. We don't got it hard. There's motherfuckers in Africa that don't got shit. So let's stop. We spoiled over here. But let me say this. Okay. Imagine being a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman, and you on food stamps, Section 8, with 4 kids, and you're an adult. And you have the capacity to say, you know what, instead of going to the club every weekend, I'm going to go every other weekend. And the time that I would spend at the club, wherever I drop my kids off, I'm going to read. Imagine choosing not to do that, but I'm a 15, 16-year-old out here homeless in the snow with nowhere to go, and I still got enough sense to walk all the way to the west side to get my fucking GED every day. I still got enough sense to read while hitting licks.
Well, that's you. And I think, how old are you?
I'm 28 now.
Okay, you're 28. So you haven't even crossed over the 30 threshold. You have a lot of knowledge, right? But I feel that life experience has to meet that knowledge. And you're still very young in age, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And so everyone has this projection of how life should be in their 20s. We live it, it's like there's black or white, but there's no gray area. And when you get into your 30s and 40s, you start to realize, maybe I was a little too hard on myself. Maybe I should have not been so one way and allowed myself to just kind of exist in the gray. You ever thought about that?
No, the gray area to me is an illusion.
It's not an illusion. It's whatever you make it.
That's the realm of illusion.
But what if I say meditating is the gray area?
I can prove to you that meditating activates every neuron and muscle in the body. I can prove to you that people who have meditated next to people that actually work out got the same results and they didn't even work out. I can prove to you that you can channel.
But isn't that the gray area? Isn't that solely relying on the universe to guide you?
No, that's not the gray area. That's the oneness area.
Okay.
We are part of the ecosystem.
Well, it's the same thing.
Do you believe that you are a part of the ecosystem?
Yes, of course. I am a human being. Nature. Right. Okay, so there's yin, there's yang, and then there's in between where we don't understand. God is what we don't understand. Spirituality, we can understand it as much as we want, but it'll always be this mysterious concept about it.
I understand it. I understand it very well.
Okay.
Very well.
But do you agree, or do you believe that you still have a lot of learning to do?
Oh, yeah. I want to go over to Japan and learn and train with ninjas and samurais.
Okay.
And I want to go to Tibet and learn what the monks know. And I want to go get real knowledge.
Okay.
Fuck Harvard.
Okay.
I want to go over there and be with shinobis. I want to go over there with it and learn how to levitate shit.
So there's a lot that you want to learn, and yet I still feel like you come off as if you know everything.
No, I just know what I know.
Okay.
I know what I know, and I'm confident in what I know.
So now you have, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like you were here, and you reduced. You know, you're the family man. You know, you taking care of your kids, and you probably still take care of your kids.
Oh yeah. And her too.
And your baby mamas. But now, it seems like you've been reduced down in front of your viewers to
bitch betrayed
the black men.
Bitch
that
betrayed
we
me. Bitch betrayed me and lied on my name.
Come on now, don't call a black woman a bitch. Come on now,
Bitch betrayed
that's your children are going
it's
to
the last time
watch
I'm gonna be
this.
nice after this.
But your children are gonna watch
If
this.
my son ever get betrayed, if my son ever get betrayed,
what about your daughter?
If my daughter ever betray a man the way that her mother betrayed me, I'm gonna get on her ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you allow another man to drag your daughter outside of the house?
If my daughter going to another man's house after he tell me, and let's talk about what led up to this.
Okay.
I reached out to her mother.
And we're talking about the incident that happened between you and
her mother. Cursed me out.
Okay.
I reached out to her mother. Hey, can you speak with your daughter, please? Curse me out. You bitch ass nigga. Fuck you. Her mother cursed me out. Cause her mother think I'm pussy because I read. That's just the truth. I'm not done. I reached out to her father. Father don't respond. Reached out to her brother. Her brother don't respond. I put all the screenshots on the internet. Everybody know I'm not lying. I reached out to her whole family. They aided and abetted the toxicity. They did not try to stop it. They think I'm a nerd and they think I'm pussy. That's just the truth. I had no choice. I asked this woman to get the fuck out 20 times, nicely. May you please leave. May we leave. May you please leave. May you please leave. Break some shit. May you please leave. Break some shit. May you please leave. I'm not no bitch ass nigga. You getting the fuck out.
Is this about proving that you're not a bitch ass nigga because people call you a nerd?
It's about people keep violating me on purpose. And they're thinking I'm supposed to take it. But Tasha, if I get up right now and I get in your face and I be like, motherfucker, how long do I get to do that before you be like, man,
we don't have the same type of relationship that
you do with
your baby's mother.
It don't matter.
That is a very different.
I've never done that to her.
She should have.
I've never done that
more grace than anybody on this earth because she birthed.
But I did call the police to get her out though. Okay. So now I'm a snitch.
So you realize, what
can I do?
I always say this, especially to black men. You created that.
I ain't create that shit. I don't even like that.
So you had no hand in her hurt.
I don't have a hand in the way that girl chooses to act upon me.
Did you have a hand in her heartbreak?
Let's be specific. What heartbreak? Pick something. What is she hurt about? What is she upset about? What is she upset about?
That's not heartbreak?
What is heartbreak?
Well, according to her videos, the lying.
What lying?
The brainwashing.
Ask me. What brainwashing? She's
the manipulation.
Lying. She's lying. Do you want to go through my text messages right now?
Let me see him.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let me see.
She got my phone.
Let me see the phone.
She got my phone. The bitch is a liar.
So why won't you put out the text messages?
I did. Where the fuck you been at?
They ain't on your Facebook?
Yes, they is.
Maybe because you ain't got your...
Yes, they is. They on my Instagram right now.
Hold on. The ATN Nation?
On Otten Banking CEO.
The what? Okay.
It's my third Instagram, so you might have missed it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many pages do you have?
Let me ask you a question. To my publicist, do you not have a whole folder of this girl lying? A whole folder. My attorney got a whole folder.
Well, do you know what it looks like?
Black women be lying.
No, but do you know what it looks like?
A lying ass bitch.
No, it doesn't.
What it look like?
It looks like you are extremely aggressive.
Listen, I love women. I'm nasty with women. I'm not aggressive with women.
Okay.
That's her.
No. Listen, you took her out of her mom and dad's house and expected her to grow up and be this woman.
No.
And she says, oh, I'm a woman. I want to have 2 kids. And you doing all this reading, being raised in the projects, being raised in the ghetto, being around a lot of people.
I'm working in the next room. I don't club. I don't nothing.
Do you really,
never been gone for the weekend.
She was mature enough to handle first, the type of relationship she was in with you, and two, a very public breakup with a very public...
She made it public. We've been broke up for damn near 8 months. The separation agreement is from April 21st. She made it public. I didn't make it public.
Why do you think she made it public?
I don't know why the fuck women be doing this shit.
What is she telling you in your text messages?
I don't know. She just made a video saying, I wish I would have never put it on the internet. I regret that. Women do stupid shit every day and y'all don't get held accountable for nothing y'all do. Yes, but y'all wrong right here. She's wrong. She made it public. Listen here. Me and Golden broke up. I told Golden, I said, listen, you don't even have to leave. My house big as fuck. You can stay upstairs. I'll stay downstairs because I want the office.
Do you think she
Listen, I'm not done. Listen, let me tell you what led up to this. You can stay upstairs. I'll stay downstairs. We can be roommates until you get on your feet. I won't bother you. You don't bother me. If I want to do me, I'm going to leave the house. If you want to do you, give me the kids. You leave the house till you get on your feet. That didn't work. Golden do shit like walk by you and try to bump you. The girl be starting shit.
Because
now,
she's young.
Who give a fuck? Who give a fuck? You not young. Okay, 24 is not young.
So you've read books on the human mind, right?
It don't matter. This white man gonna charge your ass as an adult. I was getting charged as an adult. Listen here. I'm tired of women keep 20, listen here. Once you over the age of 21, you not young. You a grown ass person. And it don't matter if you book smart or not. You know not to be bumping into nobody. You know not to be talking shit.
Okay.
She's not gonna go to the club and talk shit to no random person. Martina, I asked her, you want to give Martina a fair one? Because I take the kids and you can go in my garage and put some gloves on to give Martina a fair one. She don't want no smoke. So if you don't want to give Martina a fair one, why you want to bump me? Why you want to disrespect me? Why you want to violate me? Another woman that I'm...
Is that the nanny?
Nah, Martina's somebody else from Buffalo. But my point is this. Women know what they be doing. They be being little demons behind the scenes. And then when you react, they call the police and try to get you locked up and lie. That's what they do. They fucking lie. CPS came to my house. You know how embarrassing that shit is? CPS came to my house the other week and asked her what's going on. She talking about this for entertainment. You done caused all this shit on the internet talking about this for entertainment. It's time for black women to take some fucking accountability. They be wilding, they be toxic, and they be doing shit on the internet for views and clout. And they don't give a fuck who.
And it's very, very immature.
Yeah.
Because she is immature.
And I'm not taking no blame for that.
Okay.
She did that.
So you really not going...
She put the breakup on the internet. She started talking shit. She made 4 or 5 videos in a row. I didn't even know she was talking shit. Do you know how I found out Golden was talking shit about me? Old ass, no teeth having ass man on the internet made a video about me and it did like 25,000 views. So I was like, let me see what he talking about. And I see him playing her.
Okay.
So you in the house sitting right next to me, smiling in my face, but behind my back, you on the internet talking shit. Okay. That's crazy.
So you don't scam.
Nah, never scam.
It's your baby mama's fault.
This internet beef is my baby mother's fault. Okay. The internet being in my business is my baby mother's fault. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Her violating that separation agreement. We got a notarized separation agreement from the bank saying that I would help her out, I would pay her rent every month, and I would buy her a house. And that she could do what she want to do.
Okay.
I'm not trying to stop her life. I'm not trying to stop her from talking to other men. I got one rule. Give me the kids when you go do you. That's the only rule. You want to go club? I'm saying it to you right now to your face. I don't give a fuck if you go have an orgy. You're grown. Just give me the kids and go do you. That's the only rule.
So you didn't mind at all with her sleeping with anybody?
I loved her. Still got love for her. So it's gonna be a blow. But I can't control that girl. Mm-hmm. I never tried to control that girl. I always asked her, what do you want to do? Do what you want to do.
Do you feel like it's hard to communicate with you?
No. I don't have no problems with other women.
I mean, you're very loud. You're very aggressive.
Right now I am because
passionate.
I'm trying to prove my point because y'all don't listen to nobody but yourselves.
Okay.
Black women don't listen. Y'all got this little secret ass cult going on.
Well, maybe we've had to really rely on ourselves. I mean, because black men have, especially Americanized.
Or maybe y'all value white people more than y'all value us.
I don't value no white person more than I value. The average black woman do. No.
So are you telling me that the average black woman, if you take her to her school, if you go to a college, right? Mm-hmm. and you go to a lecture, or you go to let's just say you go to biology class. If you take the average black woman and you put her father, her brother, and her uncle and her cousin in that class, and you put that white teacher in that class, who do she think the smartest person in that room is?
Oh, my daughter would off bat tell me or her daddy.
Yeah, but the average person, that's your daughter. The average person is going to say that white man. Facts. Facts. Facts.
Okay.
So black women don't value our minds. They don't look at it like we're smart.
What if we've had a reason not to value your mind?
What's the reason?
Really?
Yeah, they don't read books. Because if you read books, you would know.
Okay, let's just say the average black man, when he gets on, he doesn't value black women anymore, the ones that have helped him to get on.
Okay, that could be true for some. I'm not knocking that. But now we have to ask, what about people like me, who have been trying to alley-oop and pull black women the entire time,
But
and I ain't been nothing but being.
Man, though.
I'm not, and the other scenario is not every. All I'm saying is this: every black man who get on and leave a black woman, I was the one talking shit about that. Now I'm in a position where I understand why.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's the black women that you're dating.
No. The women that I'm dating now and the women I'm talking to now are very smart, very sweet, very wise. It's the women from the lower class that I've been trying to grab who don't give a fuck about nothing but hot girl summer. Because them the women that I grew up around.
What's wrong with hot girl summer?
Nothing wrong with hot girl summer, but what's wrong with hot girl summer is, when do we talk about generational wealth? When do we talk about?
But what if you getting wealth and you still want a hot girl summer? Like what is wrong with that? You do you.
Listen to me. Now I'm doing me.
Okay.
Yes, but I've handled my business first.
Okay. But you can't expect a very young
these kids is not okay out here.
Who is a kid and who had kids as a kid to be able to do adult things. Like you can't. Come on.
Listen here. Let me ask you a question.
Way more
I'm not even talking about. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Cardi B, right?
Okay.
I know you see that clip of Cardi B cutting her own daughter off from listening to her music. Okay. But she gonna tell us to do that shit. Facts. That shit gonna come out the radio and my baby's gonna hear that. And she gonna tell my babies to throw that ass, right? Now, I ain't got no problem with twerking. It's actually called mapuko. It comes from Africa. But the point is, you gonna influence my kids to do some shit that you gonna cut off when your kids is listening to. So that's what's wrong with hot girl summer. My thing is this.
Who raises your kids?
We should be.
Who raises your kids?
Your kids. The parents.
Who raises your kids?
Hopefully us.
Is Cardi B raising your kid?
Hopefully not.
My
electronic devices.
My daughter does not listen to Cardi B. She's 15.
Okay. Mine don't either, but the point I'm trying to make is.
So whose job is it to parent the kids?
Listen here, it's called infiltration.
Okay.
You can be doing your job and still get infiltrated.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, isn't that with anything?
Exactly. But the point I'm making is, why are black women consciously misinfluencing younger black women?
We can say that about black men and what they do.
And I hold it down on that end.
What I'm saying is, Pharaoh, it seems like to the viewers that you are a walking contradiction. From sitting here, and this is my very first time meeting you. We've had conversations in the past over the phone and stuff like that, but we've never actually met. And you don't really get the gist of someone until you actually meet them. I told you this interview was going to be,
yes, ma'am.
We wouldn't hold nothing back.
That's right.
But in talking to you, I do feel that you may just be a little bit narcissistic.
I don't care.
And you may suffer from granule syndrome.
That's fine. But I make more money than you. I'm smarter than you. I did it on my own with no help. And if we was both in the jungle, you would need me before I need you. Facts. If this country get invaded, you're going to need me before I need you. I'm deadlier than you. I'm stronger than you. And you're going to need me before I need you. So you can diagnose me with whatever the fuck you want to diagnose me.
I'm not diagnosing you.
I'm saying
assume, it seems as
it can seem like whatever.
Because I don't know you like that. I'm just saying, we've sat here for almost an hour and a half, and I haven't seen you take accountability for nothing.
I have taken accountability, but what I'm saying is, for this, I'm not wrong.
Okay.
My children's mother put our business on the internet listening to her toxic ass mom.
Okay.
Give her horrible advice. Her mother is the one who be telling her to take me for child support. Her mother is a toxic ass bitch, and she gives her daughter horrible advice. And when I try to communicate with her like a respectful adult, I get cursed out because they think I'm pussy because I like books.
Okay.
That's just what it is.
So why is it, if you know, because see, I come from an era where you don't flash what you have. People will know. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to say it. And I just feel like, when you sit here and you say, I make more money than you, I'm smarter than you.
Yeah.
We're all smart in our own ways. We all make money according to what we want to contribute to life. And so I know some cats right now that'll make your pockets look like pennies. I do.
I bet you do.
But that's not how I'm judging you. I'm talking about your character. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can care less about all this. I mean, the viewers had questions about like where you raise the money to get that, because you have become more flashier. I mean, you got a custom made.
I've been had this.
car.
I had this in Buffalo. I just never showed it.
Okay, but
I was doing.
you have a custom made.
Let me say this though. I was doing lectures.
Okay.
And this jewelry was sitting right at my feet. I just never put it on.
Why? That makes no sense.
Because I didn't want people to value me for jewelry. I wanted people to value me for my mind.
But you're constantly saying I make more money than you. So why is
because you're attacking my mind.
I'm not attacking your mind.
You called me narcissistic. You said it seems like I'm narcissistic.
Do you know what narcissistic means?
But that's attacking my mind.
That's not attacking your mind.
What is it attacking?
That is a character flaw.
Your character is expressed by your what?
Right.
Your mentality.
Okay.
So if you're telling me I seem narcissistic, you're attacking my mind.
Okay, so that goes to show that by me even mentioning the mere fact that you sat here an hour and a half and I haven't seen you take accountability for anything is an attack on your mind, and that leads me to believe that maybe it may be
you're
just
telling
a
me
little
that I
bit
seem like I'm
narcissistic.
You're telling me that I seem like I'm narcissistic because I'm being totally honest about my baby mother and not having no self-control and damaging my property.
But you haven't said what you did wrong.
I told the bitch not to come in out. She came in anyway and cursed me out.
Okay, for every action for every reaction, there's an action. What was your action to get her to the point? Because you two were in a relationship. You two have two children together.
She played games. She played games. She played games. She played games.
So if you know they're games, don't play.
I didn't know it was a game at the time. She do shit like that day.
So you didn't cheat on her.
What is cheating? To who?
What do you mean?
What is cheating?
I mean, if you say, and that goes back to the beginning of the interview.
It's been times where I've talked to other women.
Did you sleep with other women unprotected while you were still sleeping with your child's mother?
We had a threesome.
Did she give consent for that?
What's up? Yeah, she was in it.
So what about the other women outside of what she didn't give consent for?
Listen to me.
But you expect her to not be toxic.
We be in group chats.
Okay.
She be in there. Lying. Y'all be lying. Golden be in them fucking group chats. She be lying.
Okay.
She be lying.
Lying about what?
I think females be afraid that people gonna look at them like they a hoe. That's what I feel like. And I feel like motherfuckers be telling their parents one thing and be doing another. And I feel like whatever relationship she got with her parents, she not transparent with them. And for example, when I first started talking to Golden, Tasha, I told her parents I was polygamous. I told her parents that I was talking to somebody else because she didn't want to tell them. But I didn't know that she didn't tell them because I told her to tell them. Now, her mother used to curse me out and I didn't know why. And then I figured it out. And Golden will tell you this. I called her mother and was like, listen, such and such. This is what I'm about. I told her to tell you. I don't know why the fuck she didn't tell you. I thought she told you. And that is how her mother found out that I was polygamous.
How do you expect a mother to accept the man who has...
You don't got to accept it, but my thing is I'm going to show you my hand before I play it to show you I'm not manipulating. I don't got to manipulate nobody. I'm going to show you my hand. I'm not going to come to your office and be like, I'm going to show you, ma'am, Mrs. Tasha K. This is what I'm about. This is what I believe. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do it with. This is my blueprint. This is my plan. This is how much money I make. This is what I believe. Then you have the choice to say, nigga, yes or no to my daughter. But I'm not going to finesse your daughter out your house. I'm not. I'm going to come straight up. I came straight up. She lied. Okay. She lied. And before she even came in, I sent them both to Miami. Paid trip by themselves. I wasn't even there to see if they'd be cool together. And they said they fuck with each other. She ain't tell her mother she went on that trip. I don't know what she told her mother. But my main thing is women are sneaky and they be lying.
I feel like you were.
And then they want to throw men under the bus to save face, and we ain't doing that no more.
From what I've gathered from everything here, and me telling you that you may be just a little bit narcissistic, that's because you still haven't owned up to your part.
Listen,
because people react to what
I've already
you put
listened
out.
to me. No,
you believe in energy, right?
No, you don't know what you're talking about. Me and Golden have already got past all of that type of shit. What you want me to say? Okay, I cheated before. Yup, we already got past that. What's the point? What's the problem? We be in group messages. We be talking to females. I bring her females to see if I even told Golden one time, you pick the next woman. What's the problem?
But she said you were going behind her back, still bringing women or talking to women that she didn't approve of.
Okay, so now here's the thing.
Okay.
We gonna see from this point on. Because all the he say, she say shit, I never been with all that.
I'm going to bring Golden here.
I don't know what you do.
I'm going to bring Golden here.
But my thing is this. Okay. My thing is this. Don't try to get back with me. Don't try to be in a relationship with me. Don't try to fuck with me. All of that texting me right now, talking about let's just move forward. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. So you can bring her here. She can say what the fuck she want to say. She know what it is. Fuck the camera. Fuck all that. She know what it is. Don't try to be back with me. Now. So since I did that, and I did that, and I did that, and I did that, don't bring your ass crying over here. Because motherfuckers always playing on this camera, thinking shit a game, doing shit for views. My thing is, this is my fucking brand. I built this shit up from the ground up by myself. I was clapping motherfuckers before I started doing this. And getting it in and surviving. This shit changed my life and took me on a righteous path. Before this, I would have blew a motherfucker face off. Facts. Facts. So my thing is, I don't gotta lie or front for nobody. Nobody. I've been under FBI investigation since 2010. Dipping on their ass. No disrespect to the feds. Dipping on their ass. And they know that. I don't got to front for nobody on no camera. That bitch be lying. And she don't got no family or nobody in her ear to tell her right. But now she want to, let's do the hearts, all that. I told her I want to see the kids when I come back. Always. It ain't been always. I ain't seen my kids in forever. And I tell her all the time, let me see the kids. I'm not trying to control you. I don't got to control nobody. I never tried to control nobody. Obviously, because if I was trying to control her, she'd be smarter than what the fuck she is.
So now you're an absentee father.
Because of her.
Who?
Because of her. Because she want to play games.
I don't believe that.
I don't give a fuck. It's
I believe that if you've helped so many prisoners fight this case, fight that case, why don't you just go and get custody for your kids?
Because I did not at first want to involve white people in my business when we should be able to talk this out like adults.
But you have a white nanny that's in your business though, right?
She picked the nanny.
Pharaoh, listen.
She picked the nanny. And I don't care if the nanny white. I care about who got my kids' best interest at hand. But my thing is this. She picked the nanny. So why do people keep attacking me about this nanny?
I'm not attacking you about the nanny.
She picked the nanny.
I just know that the nanny is with you, right?
No.
Okay.
She picked the nanny.
Okay.
I told her, I said, pick a nanny that you trust and I'm going to pay for it. She picked the nanny. And the chaos came. And I told her, okay, pick another nanny. But we're not about to keep running through nannies. Pick somebody and stay. I didn't have shit to do with it.
Okay.
All I'm doing is financially supporting. She picking these people and then beefing with these people. I didn't have nothing to do with that shit.
Okay.
But everything is on me.
But here's the thing. It just seems like right now there's a lot surrounding your name. Okay.
It is.
And I just feel like when we find ourselves in the midst of everything is at us, it's because something we're doing inside. It's no different than me. When I'm in the middle of a controversy, I know it's what did I do? And I always look within. And you know that because we attract what it is that we want. And I just feel like there's been a lot of, and the reason I say this, I feel that you suffer from granule syndrome is because I feel that you probably think it's way bigger than what it is. And it's just merely a conversation.
Nah, I think that y'all are not aware of certain shit.
And see, that's
I got abducted before by extraterrestrials.
What?
Do you believe that? Look me in my eyes.
What the fuck? No,
Look me in my
absolutely
eyes.
fucking not, because you're still here on the internet raising hell.
Look me in my eyes.
No.
And tell me I'm lying.
You're lying.
That's the problem. I'm aware of something you're not. We're going to see, though.
What's up with your tongue? Why you always doing your tongue like this?
I don't know, part of my personality. I like to flick my tongue out. Part of my swag. Part of my micro expressions. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm aware. I'm aware of something on the. I'm aware of shit.
So
that
tell me
the
what
average person
happened
is
when
not.
you were abducted. Before we move on,
I
to
told
what's
your story
next.
like 5 times already.
Okay, I haven't
People
heard
been
this
calling me
particular story.
Okay, I'm
I'm sure my viewers haven't
I'm
heard
tell you
it.
right now.
Okay, tell me.
I was on a table, and my body was on the table.
Okay.
And I was on a ship, and it was all metal like a spoon. And I was looking down on my body, and my body was like chest down. I was looking at the back of my head, and there was some beings operating on my 33rd vertebrae, and it felt like it felt like when you take 2 wires and you touch them, and they kept going like that with my nerve. I don't know what it was. Don't have me get the line, but it was right here, and I could look all around me, but I couldn't look to the right. It was a being right here to the right, but it didn't look like me or you. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Okay.
But it was whatever it was a masculine being, and it was talking to me telepathically, and they told me it was the captain of the ship. This is a true ass story, and it told me it was the captain of the ship, and I asked the being, like, it wouldn't identify itself though. When I asked specific questions like, where you from? It didn't answer. And I asked him, like, what you doing? What are you doing to my body? And it was like, we fixing you. And the being asked me for my permission. I gave him my permission. And then it kept touching, it kept going like this with my spine. And I kept feeling my pain increase. And I remember I was just gritting my teeth like, Argh! And they say they were strengthening my nervous system so that I could channel. And I believe that because I do channel. But it was clicking me like this. And I remember the pain was increasing and the being kept communicating with me like, are you okay? Can we keep going? I kept saying, yeah, I could take it. And I was trying to be tough and take the pain. I remember the pain got so excruciating, I just came back to my body and it brought me back.
Do you believe that maybe you probably
Hell no, that wasn't.
had a hallucination due to all the books you were overloading your mind with?
Fuck no.
Have you ever done coke?
Fuck no.
Marijuana?
Yeah, I do weed now. I just started smoking. I ain't smoked weed all my life. I didn't even smoke weed when I was gangbanging.
You ain't did no type of...
No, I never did drugs all my life, man.
Okay. I'm just asking. I mean,
no.
That's a...
No.
I just feel like...
No, I didn't do drugs in prison.
You probably overloaded your brain.
I didn't do drugs in prison. Okay. The police gonna tell you in prison that nigga ain't do no drugs, no gay shit, no nothing. Ain't nobody going my business. Ain't nobody bitch me.
Well,
nothing.
I think weed is good for you. I really do.
I just started smoking. This happened before I started smoking.
How is it? How are you doing with it?
Same way everybody doing. Cool.
Okay, good. You calm down.
Yeah, I'm
okay, cool.
But I'm not crazy though.
I'm not saying you're crazy.
I got a shout out from the CIA. Remember that.
Different.
Remember that.
But not crazy.
Remember that. Remember I got a shout out.
I don't think anybody's crazy. I just think we're all made very uniquely, and I feel that you are a unique individual.
But I am the only black man in the country with a shout out from the CIA. What
is next from Young Pharaoh? How are you going to fix this mess that's on the internet?
Fuck this mess on the internet.
Okay.
I'm about to become the most powerful banker in the world. Okay.
You're owning a bank? You're buying a bank?
I already own a bank.
Okay.
I turned my house into a bank.
Okay.
And it's protected by the federal government.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm about to run this check up.
What's the name of the bank?
Otten Banking.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm turning my family into a royal family.
So you bought a bond to run a bank out of
I'm not going to put nobody in my business. People just need to know I'm a banker.
I'm just saying, you got to have a bond. I mean, for me to come to let you, I mean... If I'm going to trust you with my money, I'm going to need to know that you're insured. Do you have a bond?
Nobody got to even be a part of this bank.
Okay. So why do you have a bank?
People going to be a part of this bank if I let them.
Okay.
Because I got a crown on the way. And I'm a royal. I have a royal bloodline. And I'm only doing business with people that's loyal to my crown. And if you're not loyal to my crown, I'm going to crush your ass financially. Facts. I ain't got to put my hands on nobody. I'm going to start crushing motherfuckers' whole business. Facts. And get you the fuck out of here. So if you're not doing right, or if you doing some bullshit out here, if you're doing some human trafficking out here, I'm going to crush you.
So why would you warn people about what you're doing? Wouldn't that make you a target? That's the reason.
Because I want them to see me coming.
Why you're carrying and why you got security and shit and why you won't ride in Atlanta or anywhere by yourself?
I do ride. I've been around this country by myself.
Okay, but
I walk around by myself.
Now you say you won't. Now you say you got to get
because I'm wealthy.
Together.
And people see jewelry, and I look at my jewelry as alchemy. Other people might look at me like I'm a walking lick. Because people out here in the goddamn matrix. People value material things more than they value organic life. So for me, my jewelry is spiritual. This chain to me is spiritual. This is the the deity I channel.
You have a Lamborghini, right?
No.
What is it?
I have a Corvette.
Okay. Is that spiritual?
The symbols on it is.
Okay, but the Corvette is it spiritual?
No, the
I don't
Corvette
think
will
your
let you know I'm
kids
winning.
your kids fit
The
in the
Corvette is to
backseat?
let you know I'm winning.
Okay.
When you catch that touchdown, you celebrate before you go in that end zone.
Okay.
I can celebrate. I win the end zone.
Okay.
That's my right. Everybody else celebrate when they go to the end zone. White people got $1 million cars on NASCAR. Don't nobody say nothing to them. So why when I got my car don't cost as much as them NASCAR cars cost?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't no goddamn Lamborghini.
So you own a bank. What else is next for you?
Nation.
Nation. You're
Building a whole nation.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What type of nation?
An intellectual nation that actually does real humanitarian philanthropic, philanthropic work, and actually goes around to third world countries, builds those countries up. I want to get into civil engineering. I want to start to clean the oceans, clean the ecosystems, clean the atmosphere, and actually clean the environment up properly.
Okay. And you're gonna do all this before?
I'm gonna do all this as much as I can. I'm actually studying medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, as well as traditional East Indian medicine. And I'm finna get into Afrocentric herbal medicine as well. I want to start to heal people. And I'm gonna turn up and enjoy my life while I do all of this.
Okay.
So people could judge me all they want, but the difference between me and everybody else is I can argue with you on Monday, but I'm still getting work done.
Are you upset at the questions that I threw at you?
No, I love them.
Okay.
And I love you. And I've supported you from day one. And
Thank
you know,
you.
I don't know if you know, but
I support you as well.
That's right.
Okay.
And I respect you because it takes heart to ask questions don't nobody want to ask. So you know.
Okay.
You know, it's all love and respect always. And we need this because people need to be able to. I feel like anybody should be able to be asked anything. If you can't answer it, what you hire?
Okay.
You know?
So you're not hiding anything?
Nah.
And you feel that you have done nothing to contribute to this chaos that's surrounded about.
Let me tell you something. I took a person out their house, upgraded their lifestyle. Despite what they say, I ain't never beat their ass. Because women who get their ass beat don't act like that. They don't even feel that comfortable to betray somebody like that. I home birthed both my babies, raised both my babies. Used to have my son like this, creating PowerPoint, staying up all night. I was a hell of a fucking dad. Moved that girl from Buffalo. She picked the house. I let her pick it because I didn't care. I got 51 acres of land in Costa Rica. I'm about to build an Egyptian palace over there. I didn't give a fuck. You picked the house because this is just a landing zone for me. So I let that girl do everything that women bought her a $70,000 car. Didn't even have a license at the time. Spoiled that girl. And her issue with me is something that she knew out the gate. I want to talk to other women. So you add it up. Sat her down, got a notebook, taught her how to start a corporation. That Golden Beauty logo, it looked just like my We Coming Back Pharaoh logo because I made that fucking logo. Gave her a brand. All her followers came from me. I gave that girl a platform. And if she would have listened, she'd be a fucking millionaire right now. But she chose to bullshit. She wanted to do pranks. Nothing wrong with pranks, but she chose to listen to everybody but her man that actually had her best interest in.
So do you feel that the material things that you were doing for her outweigh the loyalty to her?
Hell nah. I would have died for that girl at one point in time. If that girl would have needed a kidney,
so
I would have gave her a kidney. So why couldn't you give her
the loyalty of not seeing other women?
She could have got the look.
If you would have died.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Okay.
We went to Florida and Miami, right? With the UFC fighter when he hosted my lecture.
Okay.
Abel Killer Trujillo. It was me, her, and the other girl I was talking about at the time. His license was in the car. Now, this is my man. He let me drive his car. I ain't had no car down there. He let me drive his car. This bitch Golden took his license, took a picture of it.
Call her a bitch.
This woman Golden took his license, took a picture of it and sent it to her friend talking about my boo.
Okay.
That's my man. You took a picture of my man license, complimenting his looks, and sent it to your friend. But motherfuckers want to talk about loyalty. This bitch been violating since day one.
Don't call her a bitch.
This woman been violating. This woman been violating since day one.
Okay.
But motherfuckers want to pin the blame on me. I don't do behind the scenes. If I'm gonna pop right on. I'll punch somebody in their mouth on CNN. I don't gotta flex for no camera. She is sneaky. She's conniving. She's vindictive, and she's a fucking liar.
Okay.
And she do disrespectful shit. If I show you my phone right now, she just was messaging me yesterday. Oh, my other man, didn't want to be like, she don't got no man. I don't care if you got a man. My thing is stop playing with my kids. I can't see my kids, but the next nigga is around my kids, and then you're not even telling me. I can't see my kids, but you sneaking off to Sonics to go jump out the car, leave the kids sleep in the car, and go talk to somebody else. My thing is my kids' safety. I don't care about what you do with your body. You grown. Everybody have sex. My kids.
Okay.
If something happens to my kids, it ain't no reset button. Can't just bring my goddamn kids back to life. She's playing with the kids. That's what my issue is. And she's a liar.
Okay. So, of course, we've been here 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what you have going on, you've been on the internet for many years. And so it's kind of hard to compact that in 2 hours. But I do feel like we've touched a lot of base here.
Yeah.
And of course, I will invite you back
Yeah.
to the studio. I guess what I'm trying to end this with is there any kind of way that you would be willing to kind of reconcile with your child's mother? Because I don't feel that it's doing your brand any justice.
I don't care because she wasn't here when I built my brand on my own.
Okay.
She came in while I was up. She ain't got shit to do with my brand. Only thing she doing is exposing all of the toxic ass bras in the community. But as far as my brand, I gave her a brand. She ain't give me no brand.
Okay.
I was already up. But what I am gonna say is the same thing I always say. If she don't learn how to listen, she can't come the fuck around me. Because obviously she's proven she can't do this on her own.
Okay.
Also, if she don't learn how to be respectful, I'm not asking her to kiss my ass. I'm not asking her to kiss my feet. I'm asking her to be kind to people. Mm-hmm. Be respectful to people. Not saying she do, I don't talk about people behind their back. Mm-hmm. I don't make fun of people. Mm-hmm. I want to be out here with the homeless people. Okay. Bitch, you not about to roll with me if you an ignorant ass bitch. I'm not dealing with that. I like people. I want to be able to be like, ma'am, you need some help? Come on, ma'am. I don't want to deal with no asshole. So stop being an asshole. And she's betrayed me so far. I don't know.
And what do you want to say to all the viewers who have changed their minds about you, have stopped following you?
You have a right to do that.
Okay.
You have a right to do that.
Okay.
You have a right to do that. But I will say this on the way out. I want to give my accomplishments out. Okay. Before everybody worry about the shit that every black man in the country is going through with these ratchet ass broads. I do have the #1 university in the country right now. I am undefeated in debates for 5 years. I have publicly destroyed every so-called scholar, from street scholars all the way up to a Jewish rabbi. I have had a Harvard University professor back out of a debate. I am a polymath. I do have a top 1% of level of intelligence in multiple subject matters. I am a self-made millionaire. I am an elite black banker. Wait a minute. I did expose the deep state. I was involved in the 1776 Freedom Tour. What else? I have done interviews with doctors and scientists such as Judy Mikovits, Dr. Shiva, Mitchell Gerber, Google whistleblower Zach Voorhees, Cyrus Parsa. I did get a shout out from a CIA agent and do an interview with him by the name of Robert Steele. I got interviews with Charlie Ward. If you don't know who Charlie Ward is, go research him. I have the most extensive background and resume out of any black man in the country, including those no longer here. Marcus Garvey or Malcolm X, no disrespect. Facts. All by myself. I have 4 inventions that y'all getting ready to see. 4 inventions. I'm building a science laboratory in my house. I got my own platforms, creating my own social media platforms.
Let me stop you because I know you can go on forever.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned a lot of stuff that you're doing. Now, you ain't going to be out here on no Dr. Umar shit, are you?
I don't even know what Dr. Umar doing out here. I don't pay him no attention.
We're still waiting on the school to open.
My school already open.
Okay.
It's an app. You can go download it right now, iUniversity. Okay. And let me let everybody know it's very well structured. There's a youth section and there's an adult section, and it's based off the way that the Egyptians taught school, which is based off the university.
You still beefing with Dr. Umar?
I made fun of Dr. Umar and I got on the tip because he disrespected me. Somebody actually asked Dr. Umar what did he think about me, and his response was, he's the dirtiest little nigga in the game. I had never said nothing bad about Umar. Umar was beefing with General Seti at the time. Everybody know me and General Seti friends. I didn't even jump in it because I said these are 2 grown men having their issue. It don't have shit to do with me. Okay. And he went out his way to disrespect me. So now I'm going to call him a fat bitch every time I see him, and I'll whoop Umar ass.
Well, you do got wide hips. Okay.
Right. And I'm going to say this before I go. Elementary, right? Based off the elements. And then after that, you have high school, which is learning how to be in your higher self, how to control your emotions. And then after that, you got the university, which is the study of the universe. So that is how my university is structured. And I teach math on there from basic to calculus to trigonometry to you should be able to homeschool your kid on any and every subject. I teach vocabulary on there, alphabet, everything. The only thing that you're not gonna get on there is what you need hands-on with, which is carpentry, and the vocational schools is coming soon anyway. So I'm providing what needs to be provided, and it's already there. You can download it on the App Store or go to ottonuniversity.com, and the subscription is what, $24.99 for the family pack, and you're gonna get more information in there that you would get in any college university in the country. So for $24.99, not no $80,000, $100,000 intuition. So people saying I'm a scammer, I put my work in. I read these books and gave this knowledge to the public for $20. When a white man gonna crack you in your head for some bullshit. And people call me a scammer. That's crazy. I might as well should have came out scamming.
Well, thank you so much, young Pharaoh. This is the first viewer's choice. Because like I said, it was so much to compact. So I'm definitely gonna have you back here again. Where can people find you?
Now you can find me on YouTube at Aten, A-T-E-N Banking LLC, Instagram at Aten Banking CEO, and every other social media app, Aten Banking. You can still find me on YouTube. Facebook at Young Pharaoh. But honestly, y'all can find me in my university. Just because I don't post knowledge in the public eye, I still upload in my university. I'm going to be uploading there for the rest of my life. Either you in there or you not. Either you in there or you not.
All right. That's it. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, bye.
All right, sweetheart.
Okay. Whew, that was what, 2 hours and 30 minutes?
That's good though.
I usually don't let people in because sometimes they do start talking and it picks up on the camera. So like that voice there that you just, like what you just said, it's gonna pick up in the end of the interview and people are gonna be asking. Yeah, like, so I normally don't let people in, but I just, for further, if you're gonna be working with them, just coming back, because he will be coming back.
That's right.
Okay?
Protocol,
cool.
You right.
Yeah, so no offense, I just want to tell you, because he's probably gonna be doing a lot of interviews, and I don't know if you've been on interviews with him before. Yeah, so, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what'd you say?
I said I'm getting the app.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you get his app? Yeah.
All my debates is in there. Everything is in there. I done washed up everybody from Satanism, Luciferianism, Scientology, Wiccanism, everything. Judaism, every religion, any religion on the planet you could think of, I have debated somebody on there and tore their head off.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Do you mind if I get a quick